Good morning. Good morning. I think I'm going to start calling More on Monday. More on Monday whenever I come across information on a Monday that only a moron would actually pay any attention to. Now, taken out of Daily Caller. Now, I like the Daily Caller. They're just presenting the information as it is. And this is professors who say it's not okay to be white. Can my children be friends with white people? This bizarre question is the basis of a New York Times op-ed published on Sunday. And the authors answer it with a no, albeit with some exceptions. History has provided little reason for people of color to trust white people in this way of genuine friendship. And these recent months have put in the starkest relief the contempt with which the country measures the value of racial minorities, writes this blithering fucking idiot who happens to be a law professor at Yeshiva University. According to this blithering fucking idiot, examples of white contempt for racial minorities in recent months include concerns over the opioid epidemic, worries over rising unemployment among working class whites, and criticism of NFL players kneeling for the anthem. Apparently, those issues receive far more attention than the woes of African Americans, thus revealing the secret disdain whites have for non-whites. I'm leaving my opinions out of this until the end. I might add them or I might not. With that conclusion, gosh, I hate all these ads that pop up. With that conclusion assumed, blithering fucking idiots declares the lesson he will teach his kids. As against our gauzy national hopes, I will teach my boys to have profound doubts that friendship with white people is possible. The law professor argues, when they ask, I will teach my sons that their beautiful hue is a fault line. It's taking everything I have to go through this without giving my opinions here. Spare me platitudes of how we are all the same on the inside. I first have to keep my boys safe, and so I will teach them before the world shows them this particular brand of rending, violent, often fatal betrayal. Throughout the article, blithering fucking idiot bases this pessimistic attitude not on personal experience. He says his childhood hometown was remarkably free of racial tension, but on Donald Trump being president and the violence in Charlottesville, false flag attack. A large number of white people voting for Trump is the final push in giving up on Caucasians. Of course, the rise of this president has broken bonds on all sides, but for people of color, the stakes are different. Imagining we can now be friends across this political line is asking us to ignore our safety and that of our children, to abandon personal regard and self-worth, the blithering fucking idiot asserts. Only white people can cordon off Mr. Trump's political meeting, ignore the unpleasantness from a position of safety. His election and the year that has followed has fixed the awful thought in my mind, too familiar to Black Americans. You can't trust these people. He also attacks liberals, shocking, who don't protest enough or dare to criticize the excess of a racial activism as marked off from friendship. While blithering fucking idiots sounds exceptionally grim in his article on interracial friendship, he admits near the end that he has still lots of white friends, and his biracial wife passes as Caucasian. Oh, I can't fucking make it up. Those facts undermine the seriousness of blithering fucking idiots' argument, but his intention is clearly not advocating for the total forsaking of interracial friendship. It's just another article attempting to shame whites for being, well, white. Blithering fucking idiots counts on the New York Times liberal audience to sympathize with his argument and ask themselves, what more can they do for radicals like this professor? Voting for Democrats isn't enough. Being a good neighbor to non-whites isn't enough. Showing no sign of racism isn't enough. You must use all your time and energy protesting Trump and advocating for the Black Lives Matter terrorist agenda in order to earn trust from non-whites. Otherwise, you're in the same league as those irredeemable Trump voters. Fucking A, man. The deeper meaning of blithering fucking idiots article is that whiteness is itself the 21st century's mark of Cain. Bearing that skin color means one is born with the taint of sin from historical injustices and present election outcomes. One can only atone for this inherent evil by trying to be the wokest white dude possible and never criticize the actions of those who don't bear this awful color. Oh, I can almost not take it anymore. Is it almost done? It's a crazy concept that undermines the... Is this April Fool's Day? No, it's not. It's a crazy concept that undermines the last 60-some years of teaching on race. Race is taught to be a social construct that we're supposed to be getting over with time. You're not supposed to judge someone by the color of their skin, but by their individual character, according to the old consensus. Columns like blithering fucking idiots shows the reverse of that. Pedestaling race as the chief factor in judging another person, and whites come out the worst in this process. It's worth remembering that blithering fucking idiot is professor, and students are indoctrinated with similar message on a regular basis, as my book, No Campus for White Men, documents. When views similar to the blithering fucking idiot law professors are the norm, it's no surprise that such a simple statement as, "It's okay to be white," causes such an uproar on campus. Spurred on 4chan, anonymous students have been posting signs declaring it's okay to be white on campuses across the country. Not that it's better to be white or that it's great to be white, simply that it's okay to be Caucasian. Those messages, instead of being ignored, have triggered university administrators and campus leftists into seeing the postings as outbursts of dangerous racism. Marsha L. Sells, Harvard Law School dean, warned in a typical reaction to the messages that they were attempting to divide the university. Harvard Law School will not let that happen here. We live, work, teach, and learn together in a community that is stronger, better, and deeper because of our diversity and because we encourage open, respectful, constructive discourse. Except if you're white. Sells wrote in an email to students, "The overreaction to these rather benign posters sends the message that it is not okay to be white. Ignoring them as pranks would mean that schools accept it's okay to be white as so basic that it would be likely proudly boasting it's okay to be left-handed." But the meltdowns from campus activists and all too serious concern from school deans means that there is something inherently wrong in stating it's all right to be white. With opinions like blithering fucking idiots receiving a platform from America's paper of record, more people should wake up to how a large percentage of higher education is teaching there's something inherently wrong with one particular skin color. Does that sound like an idea that will lead to more harmony in the country? Follow Scott on Twitter. No, Scott, it doesn't. Scott Greer, White Guilt. Boy, I don't think I need to add anything to this to this commentary, except blithering fucking idiot is a blithering fucking idiot. And I think that students should be able to get a full refund for their class. And if white students don't all get A's, I think they should go ahead and march, loot, burn shit down. Yeah, because that's what we typically do. All right, everybody, that's more on Monday news for you. And I'll be having a different upload on a more serious level, backpedaling on Comey and his atrocities. Because all this shit here is just distraction. It's just distraction. No reasonable person who isn't a blithering fucking idiot is going to pay this any attention. It's true. Okay, everybody have a great day. Bye.